Hello everyone and welcome to Your Health in Your Hands. My name is Dr. David Ajibade, founder and director of the Brain and Body Foundation. We are so glad to have you on because this is part 2 of our broadcast on the World Sickle Cell Disease Day. If you missed our last segment, please be sure to get on it. It's online and the details will be available on the NTA website. So we have been talking about sickle cell disease. It's an extremely important topic, and we have had, from last week, we've had Miss Adebola Benjamin, who has been on our show, and she gave tremendously important information. Thank you so much, Ma. Thank you so much for being on again for the show. So we spoke about a couple of things. We spoke about your history. You mentioned some important things that I forgot to mention, and I'm glad you brought them up, about mental health and how you had there was this emotional stress as a result of regret or pain about being one in 17 children, the only one with sickle cell disease, and I'm sure that must have been tough. But you've been able to overcome all that and live a full life far beyond most of your peers, and that to me is commendable. Not just commendable, inspiring, because you've been able to translate and inform and help other people, children and adults, to live with the disease and help them thrive, as a matter of fact. So thank you for that. We spoke about dehydration and the importance of taking water. In these next few segments, I'm hoping we can talk a little bit about food, nutrition, foods to eat, foods to avoid. And when we're talking off camera, you said something about you had been treated for ulcers for 7 years back to back because they thought it was ulcer. Meanwhile, you had a gallbladder problem, which had to do with the foods you had been eating, and your doctor told you how wrong that was. Let's get into that, because I think that's really crucial.
Yes. I believe that the issue of crisis can actually be reduced.
Okay.
At least there can be major gaps between this crisis and the other, depending on your nutrition.
In addition to flu,
in Nigeria, we eat a lot of egusi, we eat a lot of ogbono, and these are foods very rich in fats and oils and cholesterol. And what happens is that for the individual with sickle cell disease, the liver is overstressed, and the gallbladder has to secrete more bile to get such foods digested. So foods that are fatty, fried, high in cholesterol, are very difficult to digest for individuals that have sickle cell disease.
I see.
Because I learned that the hard way. The ogbono soup was my favorite soup. Egusi soup was my favorite soup. But now, since the year 2004, my gallbladder got badly infected. I had gallbladder stones, and I was very lucky. I don't like to use the word lucky, because I'm a child of God, and I believe that by divine intervention, the Lord took me out of Nigeria. I was supposed to take somebody, an older aunt, to the United States. And as soon as we arrived there, I started throwing up uncontrollably. I couldn't keep any food down until we got to the emergency room. And after 6 hours of running different kind of tests, they discovered that my gallbladder was badly infected, and I had gallstones, that the thing was completely full. And so, anyway, long story short, the Nigerian doctor who was there took one look at me and said, You like egusi soup, Abi? I said, I love it.
How did she guess?
You like ogbono soup, Abi?
Wow.
I said, yes. He said, that's what is killing Nigerians.
Really?
Is that because it's difficult to digest?
Wow.
And apart from that, it has a very high level, a high rate of cholesterol in it. And for people who have anyway, all that is medical.
So
my gallbladder was taken out, and I've had to find out the foods that does not require too much bile to digest. And so I do a lot of research. I sit up, go on Google and find out foods that you can eat, and I discovered that raw vegetables and fresh fruits go a long way to help. It rebuilds your cells. It does not permit your cells to break down as fast as they would if you were struggling with all those heavy foods, fried meat, fried fish, fried.
And so, okay, that's an important point, because up until this day, and I hate to display my ignorance here, no one would have, I never thought about egusi being a problem, and I'm sure most people who are watching this would not as well. So the key is that you want to protect your liver. You want to reduce the task, what is being tasked with,
exactly.
because it's already being tasked because of the red blood cells that are constantly being broken down. That tasks both the liver, the kidneys, and the spleen, and that's one of the reasons, I guess, why they tend to have a shorter lifespan than regular people.
Exactly.
All right. Fruits and vegetables. Vegetables tend to help, not just they help to replenish.
Exactly.
The blood vessels.
Right? It digests
blood
faster.
Cells. Okay, it digests faster, that's right. It digests faster, it helps to even provide antioxidants, provide protection for the cells, and helps you rebuild your red blood cells again. So, are there any specific ones? I mean, we're in Nigeria, we don't have access to this whole wide range of vegetables. And besides, it's not even it's not as readily available. I mean, the truth is, if you're living in the cities, these things are not that cheap to get. So what are the cheap ones? So,
because all year round there are fruits and vegetables that are available. Well, the ones for the therapy that you will need to heal certain ailments will cost you a little bit more. But there are the carrot is available all year round. The cucumber is available and very cheap. In fact, I tell them at the support center that the cucumber is my antibiotic. Once my stomach is upset, instead of swallowing drugs and all that, take a cucumber, maybe with an apple or with lettuce. The lettuce is so cheap.
Well, you have to remember, we're not just talking to people who have jobs and living in the cities. We're also talking about people in the villages who may not have the ability to
with 50 naira.
Okay.
You can buy yourself a cabbage. With 50 naira, you can buy lettuce. With 50 naira, you can buy enough carrots for a meal.
50 naira. Are you sure?
Of course, you can buy a cucumber for 50 naira.
Okay, all right. Well,
this is now.
Folks, you heard that, so it's possible. So maybe we all think that
the garden egg is there.
Okay, all right.
There are a lot of. There are lots of natural fruits.
Okay.
At least buy what is in your environment.
Okay, so folks, let's take a short break now, and then we'll get back after this short break.